International students can now work for more than 20 hours per week.
Yeah, so here's what we think about it and what you should do to maximize it.
All right, so we're sharing the mic. But hey, friends, welcome back to the channel. We're Bea and Daniel. We talk about how to succeed as international students and new immigrants in Canada. We also talk about Canadian immigration. So if you're new here, consider subscribing.
So international students can now work over 20 hours per week. For your information, before this was announced, all international students can only work the maximum of 20 hours per week. This is for them to be able to prioritize their studies and focus on the school. So what do you think about it?
Like, to be honest, but first, before we get there, I just want to say a disclaimer. So this is not professional advice. We're not career coaches. We're not like financial gurus. Nothing. Seek the help of a professional when it comes to your career and your future here in Canada. Okay, so what do I think about it? So first of all, it's shocking, right? Because news came out of nowhere. This came out a few weeks ago, and the first thing I did was to check it with our immigration lawyer to verify if it's true. And it's true, y'all. It's true. So you can now work more than 20 hours per week during our time
Off campus.
off campus. During our time, we had to like make just work 20 hours maximum. We can't exceed that because we'll get deported. It's illegal. But now you can. So more money for you. So first of all, I like it because international students now have the ability again to earn more money, to gain more Canadian work experience, which is needed to get a job here. But more on that later. But the downside is, I think we'll see more students skipping classes and prioritizing work over school. Again, during our time, let's say we had a class of, let's say, 40 people. Probably only 20 people show up in class, yeah?
Yeah, this was even before this is announced.
Right, before this was announced. So now you'll probably get like 5 classmates in your class. I don't know. What do you think about it?
Um, I don't know. Maybe the students will still see the importance of attending classes because they still need to get good grades for them to get the PGWP. Because if they fail their classes, they won't be able to get a PGWP. And all of their investment might just go to waste. So it's not worth it to just focus on the full-time work just to earn more money. Yeah, they should still focus on their studies.
No, I agree. I agree. But yeah, that more on that later on my end. I know you have some points over here that you wanna go over.
Yeah. Um, to be honest, it's a very good news. I think it's a very a helpful way for the students to earn more financially. Especially everything right now is going all the prices for everything is going up, like groceries, rent, everything is increasing. So earning a bit more would help them put more savings for their following semesters, for their tuition fees for their following semesters, or just earn a little more for their daily expenses. So yeah, so second point would be before there were students that would work under the table and just do some cash jobs just to earn extra money, but most of their situation is very unsafe, like the workplace is unsafe and they are getting paid below minimum wage. So I think with this removal of the 20 hours limitation to work would help remove all these unsafe circumstances, situations for the students.
And that's illegal, by the way. Like,
Yeah,
let's say if
yes.
you're
It's illegal, but some students really need the extra money, so I think they would do anything like work beyond the 20 hours, but for them to not for the government to not catch them do it, they would do it under the table and just accept payments through cash. So
don't
yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
just don't do it.
And now you don't have to because you can work more than 20 hours per week. But hey, you can only, it says here in this website, you can
Oh
only.
yeah, you can disclaimer, you can only work from November 15, 2022 till December 31, 2023. So that's next year.
Maximize it.
Yeah.
Maximize.
So yeah, so this will tremendously help those students who need extra cash, and this will help also students that are working under, maybe under the table or unsafe conditions,
Yeah.
just to earn money. So yeah. And then my third point would be like work experience wise, this would be really, really great as well. So much advantage that you can get out of it, but Daniel will discuss it further later. So maybe some downsides would be, yeah, as we mentioned earlier, students might prioritize their full-time work over their studies. Like, if you don't know it yet, I am currently studying again. So right now, during the first few weeks of my classes, um, there are maybe like 40 students every week, but now we are down to 20, and the limitation for the work hours has not even lifted yet. So I'm not sure how it's gonna work when November 15 comes.
Right.
So
Just less people.
yeah,
It's
just
like,
less students.
what's
And
gonna happen?
yeah, so this will, if you are a very good student who can manage your time while studying and working, like you can, if you can balance it out, I think this would be very helpful. But for those students who are lagging behind their school assignments, their test exams, homeworks, and everything, it's better to, you know, work less and earn a little less, and maybe just work 25, 30 hours, but focus more on your studies. That's what I would suggest, because right now I'm also working two part-time, like 20 hours a week, and I'm already kind of struggling to make all the homeworks, the deadlines, meet all the deadlines, review for all the exams, because there's just so much.
Right. And like, to give context for everyone who's not here yet, why? First of all, why does this happen? So there's labor shortages right now, right?
Yeah,
So,
there is.
like-
Like, restaurants, fast food chains, certain industries, yeah, especially F&B industry is struggling to hire like employees. Yeah, just in general.
Yeah.
There's so much vacancies for F&B industry.
Right. And there's like thousands of international students that go here, right? So it's gonna help the economy out. That's why. But yeah, based on my experience, I think like here's what I would do if I was a student right now, and then I can work more than 20 hours per week. Here's exactly what I'll do. So first, you want to cover your basic needs. You know, usually the 20 hours per week is enough to get by. Like, you can live properly. You can have maybe, I don't know, $50 to $100 savings per month. That's 20 hours per week. Cover that. Cover your needs. Be less stressed with life, right? And then second, since I can now work more than 20 hours per week, I'll get another job that's related to the industry or the job that I want to get after graduating, right? So, for example, me, I took a business marketing. So let's say I couldn't get a marketing job. I'll get, you know, just a normal job, maybe in a cafe or fast food or something, cover my 20 hours. And then after that, I want to get another job that's more focused on marketing. Does that make sense? Because again, here, you need Canadian work experience. You don't want to maximize, you know, your time working in a job that is not an NOC job or NOC level. How do you?
C, A, or B that is required to be able to get your express entry application approved
Right.
for PR.
Yeah, because it's your time to be strategic. Like, you actually have more time now to gain that Canadian work experience. And why that's important is when you apply for a job, they're gonna look for Canadian work experience, right? Canada doesn't care if you're a vice president of a company in the Philippines, if you're a manager. They don't care. They care about what you do here. So if you're starting back from zero, this is your time to maximize that one, right? So yeah, what I think will happen is most students will work more hours in jobs that won't help them get to permanent residency.
That is if your goal is to become a permanent resident.
Hey, but if you just want to study here and go back to your home country, okay, that's good.
No
That's good.
worries.
All good. But if you want to be PR, um, I see this as by the time November 15 starts, there's a lot of students who'll go like full time in the Tim Hortons or like full time in a fast food chain or full time in wherever they're working. That's not necessarily really related to the job that they need to become PR, right? And when they graduate, then that's the time that they'll start looking for work that's related to their field. So here's what you could do now. You could look for work right now that's related to your field so that when you graduate, you already have a year or two of experience, right? So that's what I think, to be honest. Does that make sense? So how do you feel?
Yeah, I just think that that's how everyone should do it. Everyone who wants to study here and, become PR eventually, because it's not really easy to find an NOC A or B job after graduating, especially when you don't have like even like experience from your home country. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. The competition is so what?
It's hard.
Yeah, the combination is so hard. Mm.
Yeah, it depends on your industry. Like when Bea was in the F&B industry, it's fairly easy, right? They can get you after graduation, right? Even if you work 20 hours per week, most of the time they're like, okay, you want to be full time here when you graduate if you're doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easier to get a job in an F&B industry. But if you want an NOC A or B in F&B, for F&B industry, you could apply for like cook position and then F&B server supervisor position. So, but not all position in F&B industry is under NOC A or B.
You're right.
So you really have to check and research first.
Right. So yeah, y'all, this is like an opportunity for you to make your permanent residency easier, right? Don't take this lightly. Don't be like, well, again, it depends on your financial situation. Because truth be told, y'all, there's a lot of international students who go here whose like family literally sold their car or like their house just for their child to get here. And of course, the pressure for the international students be like, let me just work because we don't have money anymore. Let me work, and then by the time comes when you want to be PR, it's just hard. It's just hard. So, and for those people who want to get into more like corporate jobs, like business, like marketing, I'm telling you right now, it's tough. It is very tough to get to that NOC job level, for you to be, a manager, a supervisor, for you to be PR. It's tough. Again, they don't care what you did back at home. The HR people here care about what you did in Canada so far, right? So there's your opportunity to start working on the industry that you want to get, right? So maybe if you already have a job, let's say you're in accounting, right? And then you get a part-time job in accounting, you can spend 40 hours there or whatever it takes so that at the end of, your schooling before you graduate, you can have that conversation with your manager and be like, hey, after this, I'm going to need a full-time job. Do you want to hire me full-time? And then since you already worked there for a long time, then they can get you and, it is what it is. So like for me, of course, money's good, but you have to be strategic with this because this is one of I'd say the first time this has happened.
Yeah, it is.
This is your time to shine, y'all. So there's gonna be like two types of people in this scenario. There's people who just works for a maximum of whatever hours they need to get cash, and there's gonna be people who covers their needs and then becomes strategic so that when they graduate, they already have a full-time job that will help them get to permanent residency. So that's how I feel about it. Be strategic all the time. That's how I feel. You have anything else?
Now just do your research very well. Yeah, that's that's very important.
Exactly. Again, if your goal is to become a permanent resident, do your research. If you just want to study here, then go back to your home country. It's fine as well. Do whatever you want. But yeah, this is a great opportunity. Really, really good. And yeah, I think that's it. This is a new format that we're trying out. We don't really have a script. We're just talking. Let me know if you like it or you want something more organized, because we're just talking with one
We're
mic.
just trying it out.
And we're like, hey. So we're just trying it out. Yeah, that's it. If you found value in that, like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to watch how to get part-time jobs here as international students, click the video you see right now on screen. And that's exactly what Bea and I did. And good luck. If you have any questions, let us know. See you next time. Peace.